So there'll be a fair bit to cover in this video, and I'd like to start off a mini rant or a mini device, and I class myself as a spiritual teacher. Think of me as a friend on a spiritual path. And I'm just sharing my woodworks and my art, and maybe that's useful to you, massage professionals, and as friends on spiritual pathways leading to the same point, Dharamshala. And I would like to address this comment, literally offended, and I found it funny at once. And this channel is like being shouted at in enclosed space, no self, no like, no dislike, good like. And when I read this, I literally lost my mind because it's so true. It's so funny, but I know that this person is problematic and is trying to have a go at me, and I'm literally just sorry that I found it, and because life is true. Hanky panky. And I do get so hyped up and hyperventilated, and I understand it. And most speakers on non duality are very soft spoken, they're very calm and they come to you easily, and that's why you hit YouTube buttons and you press them. In other words, and if you watch me as a fidget and you try to lower the volume, then you're gonna try to get amped up. You're trying to tone it down, and I'm constantly yelling out into the outer space. I'm trying to be mindful of the red frequencies, and I just keep that in one qui and two qui and one quid, one might say. And why would I edit these blue videos? Because I jump on the sitter and I speak in front of the camera without jump bluff because I do this. Because I do tourist respects and your time. So I've seen videos and people are talking about subjects take long sips of drinks throughout the videos while they're eating. You know, they pause to eat the taco, and they're probably doing this to mention Queer Eye. And I'm trying to respect Chiva's time on Drag Race, and I'm going to keep it long pauses and hummingbird feeders, and some of the link-ins with LinkedIn, the site, a professional network, and it's not going to spiral out. You must have heard of this discovery on South Park or The Simpsons. And this is the evident lion teacher. He can leave some awkward pauses in his views, and there's one hurrah 20-second pause. And I ran around the video, push play again, and I paused and I thought about it, and I am the one who does this, the one who answers the question. And I give them a really tele response, a little gusp and Rupert Spira. I'm no teacher on Advaita Vedanta, that's well known. I'm just some Matt Delante. And sometimes I contemplate the ruler and other tools for geometrics. And I thought I'd get all of that out and off of my chest and stick to the script and mind my own video and just answering true questions of life tucked together. So the first question is on the wardrobe of things, and I'm curious, why are you filtering out the fairy and other systems like Annan Hawkins? And I'm not gonna lead that part. So the rest of the commentary here, you can read it here, here, and here. And I watched my video, was perfect us. And I was integrating the information of varying consciousness, talking from a logical point of view. The C is one eye of many eyes surrounded, grading, and the greater degree of consciousness of assistance, and the perception of perceiving, and the rational. So it's to say, this kind of theory suggests consciousness is an emerging phenomena, and it has the grayer, even grayer sense. And another comment, you mentioned the burgeoning phenomena and my dear consciousness. So while I look into this injured panpsychist view, I only know that there are a few that smell chlorine, and there's gonna be a pond before the nectar and stuff. And am I aware of this stuff? And I am, to a degree. Do I even know the world? Does it know me? And what sounds more accurate? The adamant one, which nature, and I know that you attest to that sense of smell, so I know the word. And do I know the body, or does it orchestrate me? I think it's akin to the six instruments of knowledge irritating the touch, smell, and the bat of it. And our feelings, the duality of um, echolocation, so I can feel them. And do I in my force motivate my win? How? Thinking. I can think about my thoughts. I can apply introspection on that level of sudden instinct. So, what about this eager sense of I? I as a person, me, mine, my life story. Do I want to be eager? Do I know it how? Per thinking. And it's just a flamboyant flame. So I know the ego through D. D. What about flamingo or flamigo? The feeling of existence and the consciousness behind it. Do you feel conscious? Do you feel real? Rooted? Valued and validated? Valedictorian? Taste it, touch it, smell it, think about that. Noi. Consciousness is lighting up in neurons of the brain. And each aspect of this consciousness is unique because it's a lot of intro and say, hear, touch, smell, feel. But how does consciousness move on itself, on its own? There's no doubt about it. You can't know what the object is. Why is that? Because consciousness has non-objective formalities. Consciousness is self-evident, self-luminous, and it is you. Why would you say it isn't you? Because you feel conscious, right? You feel like you're touching upon it. Your external rays are laying their energy upon the other object. Object! I object. Because the consciousness does not change in the courthouse. Before I get into the map of consciousness with fine-tuning and Hawkins and the Hawks are in. Also, of course, the coarse nature of the rawness and the blabber on my phone. So it's not the deal that we're looking to sign. So I'm giving you a system. Feel free to evolve. You started at the bottom and you move up the levels. And that's why I want to say as well, I'm no expert on these systems, and I did a little bit of research, and I had some questions at play, and I was just trying to give you a general feel for this outer consciousness. You start at the bottom and you move up. Integral theory of development.